In international news now, Russian President Vladimir Putin arrived in Beijing on Thursday for a two-day state visit that will include detailed discussions on Ukraine, Asia, energy and trade with Chinese President Xi Jinping. They will have more talks over dinner where they will celebrate 75 years since the Soviet Union recognized the People's Republic of China. SABC News correspondent Laura Westbrook has more from Hong Kong.
Russian President Vladimir Putin received a warm welcome in China, and the closeness of these two leaders was on full display. They held one-on-one talks as well as group talks, with Russia bringing a trade delegation as well as foreign and defense ministers. Russian President Vladimir Putin called negotiations warm and businesslike, and the two sides signed documents deepening mutual cooperation on a range of issues from trade to food supplies to nuclear cooperation. Chinese President Xi Jinping said that China was ready to be a good friend, partner and neighbor to Russia, and that when it comes to trade, cooperation would be the driving force. He also touched on the war in Gaza, saying that a two-state solution was the only option for peace. Russian President Vladimir Putin, meanwhile, confirmed that the two leaders discussed the war in Ukraine, saying that both sides agreed that a political settlement was needed, and he promised to brief President Xi Jinping when it comes to the situation in Ukraine. Now, China has been going under growing pressure, especially from the United States and Europe, when it comes to its support of Russia, in particular these dual-use technologies that could end up on the battlefield. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen both made trips to China recently, and both pressed China to stop its exports and supplies that aid Russia's war effort in Ukraine. The US has also sanctioned Chinese firms with Russian links. And the US has not ruled out further sanctions when it comes to Chinese state-owned banks if they find evidence that they help to facilitate the trade of these components in the war in Ukraine. Laura Westbrook, SABC News, Hong Kong.